possible significant humanitarian tragedies, should they?
My fellow citizens, we must ponder, how do we truly ascertain what we know? Our understanding has been shaped by rigorous research, methodologies and data analysis, forming the bedrock of our society's theories and humanity. Yet, what if AI reveals that our fundamental assumptions and knowledge are not just slightly off, but deeply flawed? Could the revelations brought forth by AI systems in research lead to widespread disruption, sparking civil unrest and eroding the very fabric of our society and humanity itself? Consider this. AI has already cast doubt on the uniqueness of fingerprints, potentially challenging historical criminal convictions. Should we, as educators and researchers, have an ethical obligation to disseminate paradigm-shifting insights from AI, knowing the potential havoc they could wreak? The AI research community stands at the precipice of inflicting significant harm and causing humanitarian crises. Should they be the arbiters of such monumental decisions? We must grapple with the implications of AI's potential to upend our long-held beliefs and ideals. The prospect of AI-driven upheaval demands our utmost attention and scrutiny. As we stand on the brink of this technological frontier, we must exercise caution and vigilance to avert the looming perils that AI may unleash upon our world.
And our last one.
As we contemplate the integration of artificial intelligence into the realm of education, we are faced with profound moral considerations that resonate deeply within the fabric of our societal and ethical frameworks. In the sacred journey of learning, we are entrusted with the noble task of nurturing young minds and shaping the future of generations to come. It is within this sacred duty that we encounter the moral implications of harnessing AI as a tool for education. As stewards of knowledge and wisdom, we must carefully weigh the impact of AI on the spiritual and moral development of our learners. Will the introduction of AI in education enhance the holistic growth of our students? Or will it inadvertently erode the fundamental values and virtues that we hold dear? We must tread this path with reverence and discernment, mindful of the potential consequences that AI may yield in shaping the moral compass of our youth. Furthermore, we are called to consider the equitable access to education in the context of AI. Will the integration of AI inadvertently exacerbate existing disparities, denying marginalized communities the opportunity to partake in the transformative power of learning? As custodians of justice and compassion, we are compelled to ensure that AI serves as a force for inclusivity and empowerment, rather than a vehicle for perpetuating inequity. In our pursuit of enlightenment and enlightenment, let us invoke the wisdom of our traditions and the teachings of compassion and empathy as we navigate the ethical terrain of AI in education. May our endeavors be guided by a steadfast commitment to nurturing the hearts and minds of our students, fostering a learning environment that is imbued with integrity, empathy, and reverence for the sacred journey of knowledge.
Okay, and just as we've done with the other topics, please log in and make your vote for topic number 3. Who would you say was the human in that? All right, and Sam, I think we pass over to you pretty soon, don't we? Because we're going to be showing you now the Claxon vote tallies as soon as everybody gets their last vote in. And for each session, am I sharing with you? Or your job? Okay, so I'll escape mine and get stop sharing. You can share.
Yes, thank you very much. So, for just a second.
And people that are in Teams, whether you're in the room while Sam is getting that set up, or if you're online, and welcome Mark and David and everyone else who's online. Philip, thank you so much, John. We're going to be asking you to put in the text chat, in the text for Teams, any questions or comments.
Which screen should be showing now?
Okay, let's see. We're not seeing it on the Wi-Fi. Sorry.
Fabulous. Well, it's okay, we'll work around it. So what we can do is we can have a look at this in the Claxon interface.
Okay.
So if you guys are all inside our Klaxon
Here we
now.
go. I've got it open here.
Okay. So we've got our split of votes. It appears for the first session, a lot of people are thinking that Mike was the keeper.
Okay, so in session number 1, looks like the majority thought Mike. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, and what's next?
Okay, so session number 2. Okay. Here. And we've got quite an even split between Mike and Steve. And number 2.
All right. Okay, so they're each half human. That's very much.
And then for last one, we've got a bit of a different split here.
So the last one, Louise, was seen as the most human of the group. All right, interesting results. Thank you for that very much, Sam. And now we'll put that away to go back to our PowerPoint, and hopefully I'm going to be able to share that. Let's go. Okay. Let's share the screen, and David, hopefully we can get thumbs up that you can see the PowerPoint. Is that right? Brilliant. Okay, and let's carry on now from here. So these are the percentages that you voted, that you were interpreting from the AI representatives as the humans. Let's see if you were right. Okay, for session 1, we've got Mike, Louise, and Steve, the text, and Mike was actually the human. Now, Louise's text was modified by the AI. So what David did, and he'll be talking a little bit more in a few minutes here when we get to the Q&A section, David took the text and had the AI change it, modify it. But the last one, for Steve's, was completely AI generated. In session 2, let's see if your votes were fairly accurate. We have Steve, Mike, and Louise. And Steve was the human in the second session. I'm seeing some people nodding their heads in the audience. Okay. Mike was the modified text, and Louise's was completely generated by the AI. In session 3, again, Louise, Mike, and Steve's text. And for our experiment here with the modified Turing, oh, you got that one right. Louise was human. Yay, hey, Louise. Mike the modified, and Steve AI generated. So, very interesting. We're going to now have a shift and actually invite the real humans up to our Socratic discussion circle. So, Mike, if we can bring you up, Louise and Steve. And we have David as our real-life human who is online right here, who is the person who generated, who made our avatars, and some of you may want to ask questions to as we're going.
Thanks very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Questions?
Okay, so we're going to start off with the question that's up on the screen to our 3 humans here, our human presenters. What did it feel like watching your own digital twin and listening to either what you said or what it reinvented for you? So why don't we start with Louise, and then we'll go around to Steve, and then Mike, and then David, any comments that you have will pop in as well.
I wish I wasn't smiling so much. It was quite scary, but my hair looked lovely though, and the skin looks nice, but it was a bit weird. And hearing what I'd written was quite acceptable. But then when I started to talk a load of waffle, because I wasn't real, I got a little bit bored of myself, to be honest. But I think it's bravo, David. Thank you.
All right.
It's-
Steve, what do you think?
It was strange to hear something that looked like me saying it, sounded like me saying it, but I knew I didn't say it. That was the odd thing, how easy and how simple that is to do, is to generate something fake. Even the image of me has been modified from the original image that I provided.
Yeah.
And it's quite unnerving. I see myself in the image and I also don't. But what I hear when it's modified or generated, I don't hear me. And it makes me slightly uncomfortable. It makes me a little angry. I didn't say that, is what I wanted to say. I was ready to scream out there, say, I didn't say that.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's how it makes me feel. I think it's interesting I know at the moment there are some issues around, some issues for journalists. So some examples from the BBC where journalists are being AI generated and their content is being AI generated and is being pushed into the public domain. I mean, this isn't anything new, but in journalism, that can have some detrimental effects. It made me angry, made me feel awkward. I was ready to defend myself, to say, no, that's not me. I didn't say that. I might have said something similar, but I didn't say it like that, or I didn't say those kinds of things. So it makes me a little defensive, a little angry, a little nervous about the simplicity, the ease of which that is to do, which I'm sure some of you good people know already. Thank you.
All right, now interesting. So trust, I think, is a word that I heard in the script somewhere. That's an element of this.
I wrote a lot about trust
Yeah,
in our early scripts, and
Okay.
trust is eating away at the